It is Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026, and another interesting day. Very volatile. So yesterday, we had big green. Today we had big red, and then it came right back up. So it's just been a volatile week in general. I'm still up about 3% for the week. For the month, I'm down 9.6%. Past 3 months, of course, 35.82% down. Year to date, still red 27.44%. But it does seem like we're in this like consolidation, very volatile, choppy phase. Maybe that means a big move is coming, either to the upside or downside. But I'm still leaning a little bit more towards the upside, at least for certain sectors, because it's just max fear at this point. Like nobody is talking about crypto or even cares about crypto. They probably don't want to talk about crypto because they have a lot of losses. Software stocks are getting hated on. Lots of fintechs are still down, like SoFi, Robinhood, but I'm still leaning towards the upside. You've got insiders buying, like Anthony Noto buying SoFi, and I believe ServiceNow and Salesforce, I believe, like some insiders are buying there. So there's just a lot of good things that I'm seeing in the market, and also technically we're like super oversold. So leaning slightly more towards the upside in the short term. Past year, of course, I am up 41.98%. And of course, all time is 325% still. So basically, this huge crash is just a retest of my old high. If you think about it, we take a look at some top movers. We've got Honest that has been super volatile up and down lately. So this 7% move isn't really anything. It's just up after being down so much. But Sprouts up 6.2% today. Very interesting. I think it almost tagged 80 today. So if any of you guys don't know, I did sell a cash cure put on Sprouts. I got assigned, and I'm basically doing the wheel strategy because I did sell another covered call today at a higher strike price that you guys will see here shortly. But of course, Norwegian Cruise Line still continuing that huge downward move. So I did lose a little bit of money on Norwegian. I only bet $500. Well, it was more like 490 for earnings, so it doesn't really matter. But in terms of some option positions, they are in the green just because today was so volatile. IGV, it was down in the pre-market down to like 80, and then it came right back up. So how much would that be? I'm not getting it exact, and Robinhood doesn't really get it exact, but it's over 5% move today. So it's very volatile, probably a lot of emotions, probably a lot of leverage, and a lot of options being traded. So that is probably why we have a lot of volatility and big moves in the market. Even though we've been sideways, it's very volatile, moves up and down. But of course, I am happy that IGV is up a little bit today. Even though I don't have a position in my main account, I typically like to focus on individual stocks in my main account, but this fear and uncertainty surrounding IGV has definitely caught my interest. So I have been buying a little bit in separate accounts. And of course, I did sell a cash cure put here a few days ago, I think last week, and I collected almost $268, and I'm already up almost 50% of that. So I get to keep, if I choose to close it out tomorrow and it's roughly at the same price, I get to keep almost half of my premium. So that is a good thing. And of course, my cash cure put on Shopify is looking good, up over $90 so far. Crypto still just very volatile, sideways, up and down. Ethereum will tag 2,000, then it'll go back down to 18, and then it'll go back up to 2,000. So it is what it is. Crypto is just being crypto. But Robinhood, of course, down 3.66%, but it's still stuck at 75. So even though it's a big red day for Robinhood, it's only back down to 75, which is the same price it's been stuck at forever now. But Nike down 2.75%. Pepsi down, interesting, 1.38%, and it's back down to 165, I believe. So probably just consolidating here. Yeah, 165. So my covered call is looking good. Hopefully, it stays under 170, so I can collect my full premium and all of the dividends and all the shares. So that would be very, very much appreciated, Mr. Market. But we also have Palantir still going up, of course, global tensions, that makes sense. SoFi surprisingly green today, which goes to show you just how important insider buying is to the market, right? Even though it's not the most important thing in the world, if you look at all the big tech companies, a lot of successful companies, insiders have been selling for a long time, but the stocks just continue to go up. So insider buying and selling isn't like the biggest indicator. It's not the only indicator you should look at, but anytime the CEO of your company uses his or her own money to buy more shares of the company that they're working for, I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. And of course, the market is rewarding SoFi being green today, while Robinhood is down 3.68%. So that just goes to show you, Vlad, I believe, is selling Robinhood. I don't know if it's passive or it's actually him wanting to sell. I don't know. It could be automatic selling because, like I said, throughout all these years, a lot of these CEOs, even including Vlad, have been like just automatically selling shares, which makes sense because it's a form of their compensation. But still, it would be nice to see some more insiders buying in my companies. But we have Sprouts today up 6.2%. A very, very beautiful looking chart here today. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. It's almost up in a straight line. And of course, I got assigned 100 shares at a strike price of 80. So roughly my average cost is 80, even though Robinhood is showing 77. They're just lowering my cost basis for me because I sold cash secured puts. I wish they didn't do that, but it is what it is. I guess it's better for long-term holders because maybe they don't pay the tax on the options up front, but they do in the long term with like long-term capital gains. So it might be tax advantageous. I don't know. I'm not an accountant. So maybe that's why Robinhood does it. But my average cost is about $80 a share. And I did sell a covered call today at the 90 strike. But wow, the one company I should have invested a lot more money into and not just $1,000 is Circle. I mean, look at this, 84% in 1 month. Most people are happy to get that in 10 years, but you got that in 1 month in Circle stock, which is insane. Definitely, I should have put more than just $1,000 into it, but it is what it is, and I don't know. All of my shares in Circle are quote unquote free. I'm just playing with house money, but still, it's only 3 shares. It's $300. I could have done better, but it is what it is. At least they didn't go down 20% after earnings and then make me hold the bag. But another interesting move here. I'm not exactly sure why Ralph Lauren is down so much after hours, but it was up 1.88% and then going down 3.88%. So, I mean, it's interesting. It's definitely a company that I'd like to own more of. Now, the one thing that I did mention in the previous video, but I forgot to, and it ended up being a good thing because now you guys aren't down 4.55% like I am. But I did mention that I was going to talk about an ETF, and I just forgot to in the last video. But that ETF is ILF. So it's just a small play that I have, the Latin America 40, with this whole inflow of capital into like foreign stocks, foreign ETFs. I just thought it'd be like an interesting small play. So this is like a much more concentrated bet on Latin America stocks, right? It's the top 40, I believe. And I am down 4.5% on my very small position. So, me forgetting to mention it in my previous video wasn't the end of the world. But today, a lot of these foreign stocks have been dragged down. I assume it's because of South Korea, down over 10% today here, EWY. And of course, that dragged down the Japanese index about 4%, on our ETF. And then 1.15% for the Malaysia one. It dragged down Brazil, Mexico, and also the total international ETF, ACWX. It's down 3.5%, and then even more in the after hours. So definitely some big news coming out of South Korea is scaring the market, or it's at least cooling off this huge FOMO that's been going on in foreign stocks. But yeah, I mean, the Latin America 40 ETF, I'm just betting on the top 40, right? High concentration. And if Latin American stocks do good, theoretically, the top 40 should do even better, right? Because usually like the top percentage of any index typically outperforms the broader in most cases. But basically, I'm betting that the top 40 Latin America will at least get back to 55 or 60. So, 35 right now. And it seems like it's cooling off a little bit today. I'll just go ahead and start putting a little bit of money into it, just little by little. As you guys know, I'm also building up Melly. It's been down a lot lately, so I'm also going to be building that one up. But yeah, just diversifying a little bit. I still want my main Robinhood portfolio to be concentrated, but I think playing foreign stocks a little bit, especially when I see like an interesting setup like this. As you guys can see, there's like a moving average crossover that's about, or it looks like it's about to happen. So, possibly 55, 60 in the future, break all-time highs. I don't know what's going on there. Break all-time highs. It'll be around like 61, 62. So that's all I'm really betting on. And of course, you guys already know I gotta mention my website briefly, because it's the only way that I'm monetizing my channel currently. I don't have YouTube monetization. I don't get monetized any other way except for my website. So up at the top, if you wanted to spotlight your comment, which is like a super chat, you just click up there at the top, and that should take you to my buy me a coffee, and you'll be able to ask a question or just have your comment spotlighted, whatever. But it is like $3 Apple Pay, and the link is in the description.